I see that I myself am about to be arrested for corruption. You will have to take it from here, Peter.
The Simpsons is a timeless animated series celebrated for its wit and humor. Even if you're not a fan, you've probably heard of it. But most of all, for over 3 decades, this iconic series has left audiences astounded with its prophetic insights into real-world occurrences. Are the writers psychic? Well, who knows? But what we do know for a fact is that these 15 shocking Simpsons predictions that became true will leave you utterly speechless. Join us as we unravel the mystique of these predictions. Number 15. Lady Gaga's Super Bowl halftime show. In the realm of pop culture predictions, The Simpsons made a landmark prediction that turned out to be true for the best. This was a nod to Lady Gaga's Super Bowl halftime show years before the actual event took place. The episode Lisa Goes Gaga aired in 2012 and depicted a flamboyant concert in Springfield featuring the eponymous Lady Gaga. This animated portrayal included extravagant costumes, elaborate stage setups, and a grand spectacle reminiscent of a Super Bowl halftime performance. 5 years later, in 2017, Lady Gaga did indeed headline the Super Bowl halftime show, delivering a show-stopping performance that captivated audiences worldwide. Much like how The Simpsons predicted the said event, her halftime show incorporated daring acrobatics, dazzling visuals, and an array of elaborate costumes. The show has repeatedly demonstrated a keen understanding of the evolving landscape of popular music and entertainment. Predicting Lady Gaga's extravagant halftime show in the 2012 episode reflects the show's knack for recognizing and integrating relevant elements of contemporary culture.
I love you, lady! Yeah, yeah.
While The Simpsons' portrayal of Lady Gaga's halftime show was presented in a lighthearted and exaggerated manner, it inadvertently became a precursor to a real-life event that resonated with audiences worldwide. This instance further solidifies The Simpsons' reputation as a cultural touchstone, where its writers effortlessly blend satire and parody with astute observations of everything worth noting about the world, including the entertainment industry. The show's accidental prediction of Lady Gaga's Super Bowl halftime show stands as a testament to its ability to capture the essence of significant cultural moments, making it a pop culture phenomenon in its own right. As we dive deeper into this list of such shocking predictions, you will find it harder and harder to believe how the show literally offers a window into the future. Number 14. The Titan Submersible Tragedy. Next up, the indomitable spirit of adventure propelled the ever-charming Homer Simpson into the depths of a captivating underwater expedition in Season 17's episode, Homer's Paternity Coot. Unbeknownst to the creators, the tale would, in time, mirror real-world events. Homer and the family, driven by their shared thirst for knowledge, take to the alluring depths of the ocean. Each equipped with their own submersible craft, their mission is to uncover hidden wealth within the confines of a sunken vessel named Piso Mojado. This daring aquatic adventure encounters turbulent seas when Homer's ship becomes ensnared in a coral maze, subjecting him to an immobilizing embrace. As anxiety mounts, the once refreshing breaths transform into a perilous lifeline, with oxygen levels teetering on the brink of collapse. Let's not spoil the episode, but you probably see it by now. The episode intersects with a painful real-world incident, drawing attention to the unsettling congruence between fiction and reality. In time, fans collectively gasped in recognition as the on-screen underwater ordeal for The Simpsons bore startling parallels to a terrifying actual tragedy. The Ocean Gate submersible, headed out on a daring mission to unveil the ghostly ruins of the Titanic nestled in the Atlantic's embrace, faced a similar fate. But this was not fiction. Equipped with an estimated 96 hours of life-sustaining oxygen, the vessel carried 5 passengers. Fate, however, intervened, severing communication with the submersible as it imploded amid its journey. The world held its breath as suspense shrouded the fate of the submersible, echoing the gripping drama of Homer's undersea adventure. The heart-wrenching fears felt by those awaiting news on the Ocean Gate submersible's fate were only complicated by the fact that The Simpsons had inadvertently predicted the occurrence and tapped into the pulse of real-world anxieties. Number 13. Donald Trump becomes president. This one is hard to beat. The Simpsons ventured into the realm of political forecasting well before it unfolded. This was in the year 2000 when a pivotal episode titled Bart to the Future took center stage in the show's historical timeline. The episode playfully presented Donald Trump ascending to the presidency of the United States. This possibility later transcended comedy and became reality. Big deal. Trump is a popular U.S. politician after all. Well, you see, at the time of the episode's premiere, the audacious idea of Donald Trump, the larger-than-life real estate billionaire and reality TV celebrity, contending for and securing the highest echelons of American leadership seemed like a distant and speculative possibility. Nearly 2 decades later, in the year 2016, this animated hypothesis cast an odd shadow into the annals of time as Donald Trump did indeed declare his campaign and ultimately won the presidency. While The Simpsons didn't navigate the perilous seas of policy forecasts with foresight, it undeniably captured the zeitgeist of the time. Through sarcastic remarks on political figures woven into its humorous narrative, the show portrayed Trump as a fictitious president, reflecting the bombastic outlines of his larger-than-life character and his widespread influence in popular culture. The Simpsons show possesses an uncanny ability to distill the core of cultural currents and transform them into captivating, humorous stories that resonate with the collective imagination. This episode depicted Trump's ascension without directly predicting specific events, but even this much is impressive. If you were to start binge-watching the series now, you'd be shocked just how prophetic the on-screen comedy can be on the show. Plus, the satirical prism through which the program evaluated Trump's leadership managed to isolate the essential features of his rise to power, offering thought-provoking analysis. The episode also provided a unique perspective into the evolving political landscape of the USA, emphasizing fundamental characteristics and processes that shaped a transformative era. Number 12. USA wins gold in curling. In an unexpected turn of events, The Simpsons foreshadowed a future Olympic outcome. The storyline unfolds as Marge and Homer inadvertently get swept up in the sport of curling. Originally planning to go ice skating, their path takes a different turn when Agnes Skinner notices Marge's remarkable sweeping talent. This leads Agnes, Seymour, Marge, and Homer to team up for the sport. The International Olympic Committee then announces that mixed curling will be featured at the Winter Olympics in Vancouver. The foursome ends up representing the USA in the event, making it to the gold medal game where they face off against Sweden. In a surprising twist, they emerge victorious, securing the gold for the USA. Interestingly, at the 2018 Pyeongchang Winter Olympics, the USA did indeed win gold in curling. And can you guess which team they were facing in the finals? Sweden. Yeah, exactly like in the series. Well, not exactly, but as close as things can get. The Simpsons show clearly has a knack for inadvertently predicting future outcomes, even in the realm of sports and international competitions. Agnes and Seymour, in the world of curling, foreshadowed an actual Olympic victory for the USA over Sweden. They got it right even down to the 2 finalist teams. Number 11, smartphone autocorrect failure. We all love autocorrect jokes, but it's hard to top this one. Season 6, Episode 8 of The Simpsons, titled Lisa on Ice, which aired in 1994, unexpectedly foreshadowed a common modern-day annoyance: the smartphone autocorrect failure. In this episode, Kearney, one of Springfield's local bullies, instructs Dolph to take a memo on his Apple Newton, a personal digital assistant device. Kearney tells Dolph to write "beat up Martin," but the device incorrectly transcribes the message as "eat up Martha." Well, it all goes for a roller coaster ride from here. But this part became all but true just over a decade later, in 2007. This was when Apple introduced its first iPhone, along with the autocorrect feature which predicted and corrected typing errors on the touch-sensitive keyboard. However, the function became infamous for its often hilarious and sometimes frustrating errors, similar to the one predicted by The Simpsons. The on-screen joke played on the actual issues faced by the Newton device, notorious for its poor handwriting recognition feature. Little did the writers know that they were predicting a universal problem that would go on to frustrate millions of smartphone users worldwide. This prediction underscores how The Simpsons frequently blurred the lines between reality and satire, Today, autocorrect fails have become a shared global joke, giving rise to numerous internet memes and entire websites dedicated to documenting the funniest or most embarrassing autocorrect mishaps. What began as a small gag in a single episode turned out to be an impressively prophetic moment for The Simpsons. Number 10. Three-eyed fish. This next one is an uncanny detail in the show that was fictional when it first aired, but in retrospect, it's all too real. It was only a matter of time. In episode 4 of The Simpsons Season 2, the show delved into the story of a three-eyed fish named Blinky. So here's how it goes. Bart captures a fish in a pond near the Springfield nuclear power plant. This fish exhibits the unusual trait of having 3 eyes. The discovery of Blinky sparked protests among the citizens of Springfield, drawing attention to the potential pollution released into the environment by the nuclear power plant. While such mutations are typically extremely rare, The Simpsons' portrayal of Blinky turned out to be a prophecy. Fast forward to 2011 in Cordoba, Argentina, a fisherman caught a real-life counterpart to Blinky from a reservoir situated near a nuclear power plant. Initially, the fisherman and his friends didn't notice any abnormality in the captured wolfish due to low light conditions. However, upon closer inspection the next day, the reality became evident. The fish was three-eyed, presenting them with a dilemma on whether to consume it or not. We don't know what they did with the fish, but what we do know is that the eerie connection between The Simpsons' fictional Blinky and the real-life three-eyed fish in Argentina is not a one-of-a-kind occurrence. The show has, time and again, predicted stuff, as you can see. Number 9. The Shard. This one is not as gloomy, but it is interesting nonetheless. In a stunning display of The Simpsons' prophetic tendencies, Season 6, Episode 19, featured a peculiarly shaped skyscraper in London's skyline that defied the city's architectural configuration. Interestingly, the episode was set in the future, and it showcased Big Ben and Tower Bridge alongside this unique building, positioned to the left, with a design unlike any existing structures in London at that time. Fast forward 14 years and reality mirrored the animated prediction. Plans for a new structure called the Shard were submitted and accepted. Upon completion, the Shard became the tallest building in London, offering panoramic views of the entire city. The building's distinctive design, particularly its seemingly half-finished top, matched almost precisely with how it was depicted in the Simpsons episode from over a decade earlier. The remarkable alignment extended beyond the visual resemblance. The Shard's location in the cartoon was virtually identical to where it was constructed in real life. Whether it was a case of the building's owners drawing inspiration from The Simpsons, the show's producers having access to plans ahead of time, or simply another instance of The Simpsons' uncanny ability to foresee the future, the parallel between the animated prediction and the real-world construction of the Shard is nothing short of impressive. Number 8. NSA Spying Scandal. The Simpsons movie was a cinematic triumph when it came out in 2007, and it remains a highly acclaimed film even to this day. Within the rich narrative of the movie, the iconic Simpson family metamorphosed into fugitives attempting to escape the confines of a quarantined Springfield, protected by an immense glass dome, as a symbolic defiance against societal threats. The film unknowingly mirrors the escalating shadows of real-world monitoring. As the Simpsons embark on their journey, their candid conversations echo through the air, intercepted by surveillance operators embedded within the National Security Agency, or NSA. This unsettling collision of fiction and truth foreshadows a narrative that would rupture the veil of privacy in unprecedented ways. The seismic tremors of 2013 unveiled a shocking revelation that reverberated globally: the Edward Snowden affair. Snowden brought to light a startling truth. The NSA had been eavesdropping on public conversations, constructing an intricate web of monitoring through phone calls and digital pathways. Simultaneously, they cultivated a digital repository of our ideas, musings, and internet discoveries. Snowden was initially heralded as a transparency advocate. But things took a turn for the worse when someone released explicit racist statements associated with him that cast a shadow of doubt over his altruistic intentions. The dichotomy between his public image as a defender of privacy and the revelations of his personal worldview challenged preconceived notions of good intentions. However, the NSA's intrusion into people's privacy and the extent of surveillance on people's everyday routines was not well received. Number 7. Horse meat scandal. Everyone loves a good hamburger, right? But what if your hamburgers were made of horse meat? Well, that's what happened in a 1994 episode from Season 5. The 19th episode of the season humorously tackled the issue of questionable school dinners. In this episode, lunch lady Doris, facing a reduced budget, resorts to adding assorted horse parts to the meals instead of sheep meat. Fast forward almost 2 decades to 2013, and the episode's satirical take on the matter became eerily accurate. A scandal unfolded across Europe when it was revealed that horse meat was being used in products that were falsely labeled as containing beef. Approximately 4.5 million pre-prepared dishes, including lasagna, chili, and burgers, were sold across 13 affected countries. Some of these products contained only horse meat, leading to one of the most significant food hygiene scandals in recent times. The Simpsons' portrayal of the lunch lady substituting unconventional meat sources for budgetary reasons mirrored the real-world scandal where horse meat was mislabeled and sold to unsuspecting consumers. Interestingly, the episode's humorous take on the situation inadvertently foreshadowed a major food industry scandal, highlighting the show's knack for tapping into societal issues and trends. The horse meat scandal prompted increased scrutiny and more stringent checks to prevent such incidents from happening again, showing the impact of both satire and reality converging in unexpected ways. Number 6. Faulty voting machines. In the episode Treehouse of Horror 18 Inches that aired in 2007, The Simpsons delved into the realm of political comedy. In a twist of irony, the episode unintentionally anticipated a crucial issue with malfunctioning voter machines. As Homer attempts to cast his vote, in this episode, for Barack Obama in the U.S. presidential election, he encounters a glitch-ridden, computerized voting system. The system relentlessly alters his choice for the Republican candidate, John McCain. The comical portrayal of the electronic voting debacle was only a lighthearted commentary on the reliability of automated voting systems when the episode first aired. However, the show's seemingly humorous take gained unexpected relevance 4 years later during the 2012 United States presidential election. This is when a viral video from Pennsylvania surfaced, mirroring the amusing scenario envisioned by The Simpsons. This real-life incident showed a polling computer erroneously shifting votes from Barack Obama to his opponent, Mitt Romney. The parallels between satire and reality raised concerns about the integrity of the electoral process and the vulnerabilities inherent in computerized voting technologies. The episode also triggered serious discussions on voting security, technology adoption, and the overall integrity of election systems. The Simpsons' satirical humor was initially confined to entertainment, but it sparked significant conversations that extended beyond the realm of satire. The fortuitous prediction showed the extraordinary ability of The Simpsons to foresee complex technological challenges, turning a seemingly humorous tale into a catalyst for genuine reflections on reality. Number 5. Censoring Art. This is yet another example of The Simpsons' uncanny ability to predict future events with a storyline involving the censoring of art. This prediction unfolded in Season 2, Episode 9, which originally aired in 1990. In this episode, the residents of Springfield were depicted protesting the display of Michelangelo's iconic statue, David, due to its nudity. The protesters insisted that the statue be covered up to make it more acceptable to the public. Fast forward more than 25 years, and this fictional scenario surprisingly mirrored a real-world event in St. Petersburg, Russia. In the center of the city, a 16-foot-tall plastic replica of Michelangelo's David was put on display. However, following complaints from parents and residents, a poll was conducted to determine whether any clothing should be added to the statue to make it more appropriate. The parallels between The Simpsons' satirical take on art censorship and the later events in St. Petersburg offer astute social commentary. The episode's portrayal of public reactions to art, particularly nudity, inadvertently foreshadowed a situation where the replica of the same statue faced similar controversy and calls for censorship. Number 4. Greece Economic Collapse. In the year 2012, an episode titled Politically Inept with Homer Simpson ventured skillfully into the realm of financial disasters, particularly Greece's harrowing economic collapse. This remarkable blend of amusement and economic insight perfectly reflected the show's unique ability to provide both entertainment and intellectual stimulation. Within the episode, an eccentric yet typically wacky sequence unfolds as Homer Simpson graces the screen of a television show. A scrolling ticker at the bottom catches viewers' attention with the headline, "Europe puts Greece on eBay." This seemingly lighthearted and flippant remark conceals a deeper significance, humorously shedding light on the grim reality of Greece's economic plight. Greece's financial catastrophe, as it turned out, was anything but a fictional scenario. Subsequently, the country did indeed uncover a massive budget deficit, ballooning to more than 4 times the European Union's approved level. This revelation became the initial crack in Greece's facade of financial stability, marking the onset of an extended economic crisis. This foreboding revelation proved to be the harbinger of a prolonged economic downturn characterized by soaring unemployment rates, social discontent, and a cycle of recurrent bailout interventions. The episode's astute blend of comedy and economic foresight resonated with real-world events, showcasing The Simpsons' ability to humorously yet insightfully tap into the complexities of global economic challenges. While no one put the country on eBay, short of that, the episode hit the prediction notes to perfection. Number 3, the Ebola virus outbreak. In the 1997 episode, Lisa's Sacks, The Simpsons followed a storyline that would later echo the real-world outbreak of the Ebola virus. In this episode, Marge reads a book to young Bart and Lisa, modifying the story to include an Ebola-like virus spreading through the jungle. The episode humorously portrays the virus as an exaggerated threat, leading to comical situations. 17 years after the episode aired, in 2014, the largest Ebola outbreak in history occurred in West Africa, resulting in thousands of deaths. The real-life epidemic prompted international concern and efforts to contain and treat the disease. While The Simpsons' depiction of the virus was comedic and exaggerated, it did touch on significant societal predictions once more, even if in a satirical manner. The Simpsons has inadvertently become a cultural touchstone. The show's writers often tap into prevalent fears or concerns, exaggerating them for comedic effect. The prediction of the Ebola outbreak is just another example of how the show has a knack for foreseeing significant global events. Number 2, discovery of the Higgs boson particle. In the 1998 episode, The Wizard of Evergreen Terrace, Homer Simpson is seen writing complex mathematical equations on a chalkboard, and one equation predicts the mass of the Higgs boson particle, popularly referred to as the God particle. Fast forward to 2012, and scientists at CERN, which stands for the Conseil Européen pour la Recherche Nucléaire, or the European Organization for Nuclear Research, announced the discovery of the Higgs boson particle. This was a fundamental breakthrough in particle physics that explained how particles acquire mass. While the term God particle was coined by physicist Leon Lederman in the 1990s, The Simpsons' reference in this episode gained attention due to the later discovery of the particle. The Simpsons' brief nod to the Higgs boson particle in an episode centered around Homer's scientific aspirations exemplifies the show's ability to touch on pretty much everything, including complex scientific concepts. Best of all, they seamlessly incorporate these details into their comedic storytelling. Although the episode's primary focus was not centered on particle physics, this subtle reference became another instance of The Simpsons seemingly predicting a significant scientific discovery. Number 1, Richard Branson's venture into space. This one is hard to top because it literally takes viewers out to space, where no one can hear you scream. In a rather unconventional prediction, The Simpsons managed to offer a blink-and-you'll-miss-it glimpse into the future where Richard Branson ventured into space. Surprisingly, this prediction was from an episode that was not even primarily focused on space travel. Homer and Lisa embark on an adventure to establish ownership of a priceless painting purchased from Kirk Van Helden for a mere $20. During their quest, they travel to Puerto Rico and encounter an art forger named Klaus Ziegler, who tells them that the painting is a forgery. When Lisa challenges the honesty of Ziegler's work, he defends himself by asserting that his forgeries bring pleasure to people all over the world. The dialogue emphasizes the subjective nature of art, stating that beauty is beauty, whether it's in a prestigious museum or on a freshman's wall at Cal State Fullerton. So how does this all tie in with a space venture? Well, it's really a blink-and-you'll-miss-it moment. You see, the discourse sets the stage for a brief cutaway featuring Richard Branson on a spacecraft. The episode aired 7 years before Richard Branson's actual spaceflight with Virgin Galactic. The unexpected depiction of Branson in a spacecraft during this light-hearted exploration of art and forgery is indeed one of a kind. Moreover, the humorous juxtaposition of discussing the subjective nature of art with a subtle portrayal of real-life space exploration shows just how well the Simpsons can intertwine satire with glimpses of an ever-evolving world. Well, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Don't miss this video you see on your screen right now. It's truly unbelievable.